Okay, I'm gonna warn you guys here. It says here to use M3x16. Do not follow these instructions and use M3x. Hey guys, welcome back to Revolution XRC. In this part of my RCRun Run-80 LC80 build, we are going to pretty much complete the rest of this chassis. So the RCRun Run-80 comes partially assembled, or at least the frame comes partially assembled out of the box. Loosely assembled at that. I mean, you can see everything's pretty much loosely assembled. So we're going to be kind of going over everything and putting this chassis together. And by the end of this episode, we should have a completed chassis. So these are the remaining parts for this kit, along with the chassis. And you'll need the remaining hardware, which is stored in these bags. And here's the manual. Now the manual is fairly poorly written. First of all, it's in Chinese, but it doesn't have much description, or it's not very descriptive as far as what to do. So you'll have to follow along with me. I'm going to leave the pieces in the foam packing like this, just so you know which pieces I'm grabbing while I put this this chassis together. So while the instruction manual may not be thorough, I'm wondering if this UPC or QR code is for a video or something online where you can get more detail on putting this chassis together. So each one of these RCRun Run-80 chassis also comes with its own serial number right there. I don't know if you can see it or not. Hopefully you can. So I think the reason some of this stuff is loosely put together is because some of this stuff is adjustable. I think the wheelbase is adjustable. Unfortunately for me, I don't know exactly where these should be yet, but I'll find out soon. Alright, the first pieces we're going to need are these pieces right here. And these go to the bottom of the transmission housing. Now I had a hard time finding the screws for this particular step. I was looking through the screw bags. As you can see, they're in Chinese, and I can't read Chinese. But I just noticed that the screws are already on the housing. So we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so for this step, you want to make sure that the mount with this side is actually facing towards the back of the motor, or back of the chassis. So this is the correct one to be using on this side. It goes like that. Alright, so you can see I have one side done. Let's go ahead and move to the other side. Alright, we're now done with this side. And that's the next piece we'll need right now is this piece right here. If I can get it out. Right here. And as with the last piece, the screws are already on the transmission housing. Let's go ahead and remove that. Guess there's some adjustment allowed for this. Actually, it's this way. Right there. So you can see here, there's some adjustment allowed for this mount right here. And there's also these two screws here that are already threaded into the bottom of this mount. Before I move on, let's just take a closer look at this. Make sure you have this mount facing the correct direction. I'm going to leave it loose for now because I don't know how this is going to be adjusted once it's on the chassis. And for this next step, we're going to have to remove these two screws. And we will mount it on the chassis. So there's also another screw that goes in one of these sides, and I'll get to that step later. I'm going to do this one first. Okay, you can see the holes I used to mount that piece. And then once we figure out how we want to adjust this, we can tighten these screws here as well. Now here's something very interesting. I had tightened these nuts earlier, and I should not have, because those nuts actually mount into the motor mount bracket right there. So I'm going to go ahead and loosen one of the bolts, shift its transmission back, and retighten it. The other strange thing is that they used Phillips hardware on this particular screw, but the directions have it as a hex head. So I'm wondering if these are just placeholders, since we don't use these lock nuts in the back as either. So I'll go ahead and remove those, and we'll see what we do. Alright, so here's the Phillips head screw that came to mount these two pieces. These are M3x12 countersunk Phillips heads. Doesn't make sense to me to have these Phillips head screws when the rest of them are all hex. So I'm going to replace them with these, and let's see how it goes. I'm wondering if they did it just because the head of this might be too big, but we'll see. We'll find out. So I'm going to take care of the M3x12 first. One thing I don't like about this kit is they have some of these screws really close together. Kind of odd. I mean, should have given it a little space between screws. But it's all for the scale, so I mean, it's just improvements they could have made. Like these nuts, they're so close together you can't use like a nut driver or something else to kind of hold that nut in place. go ahead and remove this one. Let's remove the other 12mm first before I move on, because I'm going to need that space. Straighten this out first. Alright, now we can move on to completely mounting this up. So you're going to want to align this transmission to those holes in the shock tower. Alright, we're now ready to put the M3x16s in and thread them into the mount here. So yeah, loosen up these screws right here so you can slide the transmission into the correct place. Of course, it's still going to be hard. I think I got it though. Can't quite see. Alright, I can't do this with the camera hanging over my head, so let me put this in my lap so I can get a better look, and I'll show you where I threaded it. Okay, I was able to get the thread started into that mount. Now let's go ahead and completely thread it in. Let's go to the other side. Alright, same deal as the other side. I can't do this with this thing so far in front of me. I'll do it off camera, thread it in, and continue. Okay, that screw's threaded in. Let's go ahead and continue. Okay, I'm gonna warn you guys here. It says here to use M3x16. Do not follow these instructions and use M3x16 screws. They are too long and you'll stress this mount bracket right here, which I've done already. Luckily, I think the integrity is still okay. Make sure you use M3x12s, which is what these Phillips screws were. Not too happy about that, but I mean, what can I do right now? I'll just have to continue on. You guys get to learn from my mistake. So just stick with M3x12s for these two screws here. Do not go any longer. That's what I'm finding out about this kit. Terrible instructions. Okay. So you see here, these two are M3x12s. One's secured with a nut, and the other one's going into this mount here. Same on this side. Let's go ahead and tighten the rest of the screws. One's at the bottom here. Just tighten the screws here. And that should secure the transmission on this gasket.